say 75% or more of my time in the game has been just exploring and figuring out puzzles and seeing what's over here and picking up everything that is not nailed down, every cup, every plate, every fork, every rotten basket. And then I go and sell it all at the merchants.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
That's what I did in Skyrim, except that nobody wants all the spoons you stole.
It is definitely like one of the best games I've ever played. It's really well done.
Nice.
Really well done.
I've been thinking about giving it a shot, but
oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll wait till after.
That seems like an investment.
I'll wait till the dissertation is done.
It definitely sucks you into the old, well, just one more thing. Okay, I'll just finish this. Oh, okay, now I'll just take my shit to the merchant. Oh, well, now I need level. Let me just level up. Let me just, and then it's like,
fuck this bear.
Oh, fuck, it's fucking 5 a.m. I should go to bed.
Oh, yeah, I'm very susceptible
to
that. That's awesome.
So fun. And just like so well done. Like there's so many different ways you can do things and different ways you can solve quests and storylines. And you can, one of the most popular things everybody's talking about is the shove mechanic. Like literally you can beat a boss if you can manage to shove it off a cliff.
Nice.
I think somebody else was
grappling rules finally do it.
Stacking up like 100 crates and getting on top of it.
Yeah, that was Mercer. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're not supposed to get it there, so I'm gonna stack up all these carts or whatever, and then just like jump over the wall.
All right, I got hoisted on my own petard, and then I was like, these goblins were coming at me, and there was a bridge, and we're gonna have to come across the bridge to get me. I was like, oh, I'm gonna run up to the bridge so I can shove them off the bridge, and then somebody else came and shoved me off the bridge. And killed me. And I was like,
that's the problem with shoving is that other people can also do it.
Yeah. Luckily, I had a Revivify scroll and I just revived myself. But
no,
for a minute, I just sat with my mouth agape going, oh, no,
that's
fair
what
play.
It feels like.
I was out bridge trolled. I tried to bridge troll and they bridge trolled me.
I did.
And it's just single player. It's not multiplayer, right?
No, it is multiplayer. I haven't done multiplayer yet, but you can play with up to 4 other people in your party.
But it's not like Destiny or something where like it is multiplayer even if you're just playing single player.
No. I mean, it's only multiplayer if you join up with friends and they join your party and you're all in a party together adventuring around. So yeah, there's not like other players in your world running around.
Yeah, I hate that shit. I don't want to connect to the internet. I just want to sit here
talking about cows.
Yeah.
No, I just want to talk to cows that are not other people.
Yeah.
It's my business if I fucking get Yankee and no one else's.
Like one time I just talked to a squirrel for the hell of it, and it was like pissed off. And he was like, "Get out of use my territory. I'm gonna bite you." And I made a deal with it. I was like, "Look, man, there's enough room for us all." And he's like, all right, well, as long as you stay out of my tree, we're cool. I'm like, all right. I know. Cool then.
I had an interaction with a squirrel in DC today like that. There was like a little peekaboo squirrel today at the Apple store where I was like, you've been fed before. But also, you would buy me. And I don't have any food. Get Yankee. Oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
More humanish these days, but
yeah, the earlier ones.
She's like, I want to taste you. Maybe I will meet you after we camp tonight and take you. And I'm like, oh, hey, lady.
I mean,
all right, sure.
It's just perfectly acceptable flirting. I don't see what the problem is.
No, I mean, I was down. I was totally down.
For enthusiastic consent, or okay. Yeah.
That's why I was surprised that like the 2 other in the party that I'm kind of romancing, it's taken more of a, there's like, you got to work up to it, but she's just like literally the first night after we camped, we banged. We're like, okay, well, there we go. It's not one of those romance storylines where it's like, work hard enough and in Act 3, you'll take her to bed.
If Yankees have never watched Hollywood movies.
No, these are like space lich slave race, kind of like.
Yeah, they're just like badass warriors who are like.
It's all a thing, but.
Oh, I don't know.
She cracks up. And then afterwards she was like, the way you fought that thing made the hairs on my neck stand up, and now I want to taste your sweat.
Do you have hairs on your neck?
Apparently she does. She says she does.
Okay. It's just an expression. Or I don't know. The new Get the Yankees these kids have these days.
In my day.
My day, they were black and white.
Weren't they?
No, I guess they're on the cover of the Fiend Folio. So.
I was just about to say. Weren't they the things on the cover of the Fiend Folio?
Yeah. There was one color picture and we liked it. Sometimes a little bit too much, I guess.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh yeah, look, she has hair. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, she's
Gearing up to co-direct Maestro tomorrow. I think it is
Oh, nice.
third or fourth Maestro they've ever done here.
nice.
Nice.
See what things I can throw at everyone.
Oh, that's exciting.
Peter Rogers single-handedly bringing improv to Ottawa.
They're gonna have like such a good idea of what my show is, and then they're gonna visit Austin and be like, "What?"
Or anywhere else.
I thought this was like a way to produce myself as an actor.
When you were telling me the cast reactions when you played them the theme song,
Oh yeah.
something like dawned on me later after I talked to you, because you said something like that somebody had been like, wait, that guy did the theme song or something?
In a good way, I want to.
No.
The guy with the purple shirt? Yeah.
That's what just afterwards I was thinking like,
yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, are you telling me somebody in Canada knows who the fuck I am?
Independent of me completely. Was just like, yeah, and he's best known for doing these covers of Get Low by Lil Jon. One of them was, I think, The Two of Us. It's like, wait a minute. I think I offended the cast a little bit by singing the lyrics of Get Low to Drive My Car by the Beatles, which was the one I had suggested, which was great, but I think a few people were like, that's Peter's using some profanity here. I'm not sure I'm okay with that.
It's improv. Anything could happen.
I don't usually think of improvisers as shy, sensitive types.
Ottawa.
The Canadians.
Good. We need more shots.
I was watching a Maestro that I was not in here and saw a terrible missed opportunity, which was I think they'd set up somebody for a solo scene, and it was like at some point in conversation between the director and the actor, one of them said, well, I can't just stare at the audience for 2 minutes. And if I'm the director at that point or the actor, I'm like, I know exactly when the lights come on.
Yes, you can.
You can and often do if you don't know what to say next.
It's like, oh, you think this is going to be an entertaining take on the premise? No, I'm just staring at the audience for 2 minutes.
I did finally get someone to try to get a one scene for a solo scene, and it was about that. It was so good. They just took like a minute getting a chair across the stage.
Oh, you're supposed to get a one. If you take a minute,
they didn't say anything for like the first. They didn't say anything for like the first minute and a half, and they just rearranged furniture, and then they looked up at the audience and they said, "Crypto." Like cut the lights on them, and it was like, "Oh, sorry, you didn't get a one." It was like, oh, that worked. Usually the younger improvisers are really upset at me when I give them that. Oh, but I want to get a one.
Who does the audience vote on what you get? So like the audience has to give you a one? Is that how that works?
Like ideally, I guess the director can do whatever they want, really.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if it would. I'm trying. After you said that, naturally, my mind started worrying of like, how could you do that? And my first
sometimes
impression.
I do it where one person tries to get a high score, one person tries to get a low score.
I was thinking this could either. And now I'm curious if this would work for getting you a super low score. Just walk on, and be like, Donald Trump rules, and walk off.
That might work. Yeah,
that might do it.
Or you might.
I'm doing it as a director.
Yeah, you hope that's good. Otherwise,
I mostly do it to get them to take risks.
Yeah.
Shannon had an exercise that was really super cool that he said he had learned maybe in Amsterdam, because I directed with Shannon McCormick.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Where he had them, he had the audience decide their blocking beforehand, and then ran it through different genres. It was really good. It required some acting chops, I think, but it was very fun. I hadn't seen that one in a while.
What setup should
Have
I
fun.
use myself? Maestro setups.
I went through and reviewed all the stuff that happened last time, and it's more than I thought.
Well, yeah,
I don't remember.
Well, I'll do a recap.
Will you recap for us?
Yeah, that's good.
Thank
I
you.
will.
Are we-
Are we
yeah.
on?
Yep, we
Let's just
are. We
turn-
are live.
okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember, were we
Oh,
off last
let's-
week? Is that why it's so hard to remember things?
What's that? No, we
What did we
skipped
do
last week.
last-
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say we skipped last week, right?
Nothing. We did nothing last time.
Hopefully, I
Yeah.
said nothing offensive about Maestro. I think I said some slightly offensive things.
Everyone knows.
Sorry, Austin.
Well, I know
did
that
offend
one of the people who
Austin's-
runs Maestro here regularly watches the YouTube videos of this. So
Nice.
Mm.
Welcome.
I think I just
Ottawa.
offended Austin Maestro. Sorry, Austin Maestro, but I mean it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So last week, we did some bookkeeping and then kicked off our world scene with the Nemurian Mercantile Council, the Fair Circle, which you all have a reputation with, apparently. And that wrapped up by the new Councilman Renchavance offering the primal, the pirate ship, to guard Namur from pirates. So that was fun. That will be fine in the future, I'm sure. You also decided that you're going to be oracles, and you have a supernatural client who is Rook, and that lets you back to the party tab. A specific god, spirit, or demon knows you and will answer your summons, and if they can, they will help you for a price, which happens later. Yeah, so Solon went to the apothecary and asked for some god shit, and they were like, we're wizards, we don't do god shit. And he's like, fine, I'm leaving. And they're like, bye.
fine.
And then got accosted by city guards on the way out, who basically told them not to, you or your friends don't come back, and basically intimated that Donatoth was an inside job because you you fixed them real quick and then got paid a lot. Convenient. So there's that. Y'all got the jewel from the Flesh Tower automaton, and I think Solon scried and decided that it was given to the Atlanteans by Rook as a AA battery seed crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they,
So we
that was
turned
that.
it into a boat. I remember.
So Hay powers the boat with the crystal and headed to Natra, and then dolphin attack because of a roll, I think. Ortu was the first one to notice posing on the
a
bow.
renewable source of energy.
Hay made a little cry, which tipped off the dolphins, I think. Solon was scrying by trying to read the past from glyphs on paper, which we call reading. And Ampix was playing music up top when the side of the boat was rent open by a dolphin with Atlantean fin spears. And Solon patched it and turned it into the Groot boat. And there's still a bad consequence from that, which is pending. I boat Groot. I am boats. Urtu posed on the forecastle and magnificently dismayed the dolphins. Yeah. There's also one larger shape swing below that we haven't seen yet. Hay jumped right into Parlay, offered to give them the crystal to go away, and they're like, we don't want the battery that uses dead people, that burns up souls.
What?
And you're like, oh no.
Ungrateful.
Solon also turned himself into a dolphin and dove right in, which we haven't seen the result of yet. And Ampix, since
We'll be fine.
half the crew jumps off the boat, Ampix beseeched Rook to let him steer the boat because one of the results of Hay's monstrous success was that only they could drive the boat. So Ampix gave it a shot. Rook stepped in and prevented him from being consumed. Asked him if he was a child of Rook, or do you keep secrets? And I wrote down Mirror Boy. I don't think that's what he said. And said he would send him back to life if he did something for him, which he accepted before finding out what it was. And it was him turning over an onyx hourglass and said, "Bring me the souls of your 3 friends before this hourglass runs out." and there's really no else. Just do it. And that's where we left
Sounds
off.
like antics.
Classic epics.
So yeah, so
Classic.
Urtu saw Empix like touch the wheel, disappear, then come back. Like, I saved you.
Died twice now.
Yeah, he's twice dead now. Third time's the
He
charm.
dies like nothing. It's awesome. Or they die like nothing. I think they are. Or they.
He they, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and yeah, ostensibly a follower of Zuz, which you know right now serving Rook and wearing some mirrors for Smila.
Religio flexible.
Yeah. Gods, I don't think are happy about that though. That will probably not be a problem at all. So cool. You were in the middle of parlaying with the dolphins. Hey is a human, but underwater, and Solon is a dolphin and also down there.
And also underwater.
A new fresh dolphin.
No,
and
you
Urtu is
yet.
still
Who are
in the bottom.
you?
Yeah.
Dolphin joined.
Wild dolphin appears.
New dolphin has joined the chat.
And yeah, the last thing that happened with Hay was them saying, we don't want the dead person battery.
Oh no.
It seems like you've chosen humans, so I don't really see why we shouldn't fuck up you and your ship. So what do y'all want to do about this?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we need to broker peace between the dolphins and the humans somehow. How, I don't know.
Somehow.
This ongoing war has to end.
Oh, and sorry, our wishes from last time were getting Urtu and Hay to have a little heart-to-heart, explore Natra, and Solon wanted to reach out to Kenuz, our new god.
Oh, which god was that?
That was, yeah, I think you wanted to feed, that's Kenuz, she, them, broad domain of the sea, also connected with silver beginnings and fishing. And yeah, I think your intention was to find out more about your rope
friend
buddy who got sucked away when Zuz, or when Rook was revived and people started dying again.
Let's see.
Now what do you want to do? Broker peace.
My urge is to beseech the fishing god.
That is a fantastic urge, yes.
But I don't know what we're beseeching them for.
Peace.
And there's some kind of Leviathan even deeper down.
So I don't even
to, like, have more problems.
I don't even know if you can beseech the gods because you're favored
I
with
can only beseech
chaos, Atlantis, and spirits. Yeah.
Oh, that's the only forces I can. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Because you're kind of like opposed to the Pantheon with your Atlantean mumbo jumbo.
So it's like I could do it, but really, really bad.
I have favor with the wilds. Don't the dolphins count as wilds?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and Hay also has that. Yeah, Empix is the only one who can beseech the Pantheon. But you can talk to Rook. He's your oracle buddy.
I tried to beseech the wilds, I think, right? That's how we got.
Yeah, and I think that went bad.
And then I failed. Yeah, okay. I could beseech spirits.
You can beseech. Oh, you were good at beseeching spirits.
Yeah, and we got spirits all sorts in our battery.
Coming into the battery.
The wilds. I could beseech the wilds for an emissary to be a mediator. To broker peace between before we have to wipe each other out. I don't want to kill them. They do want to kill me.
So it's less peace than just not getting killed.
I want peace. I want us to be friends again. Like, this is stupid.
We want to kill you though.
You are letting
could be peace if you
all
were just dead.
humans color
Yeah,
your view.
their
There's
jam
lots of great
was-
humans.
Humans, stay on the land and we'll be fine. Come on the sea and we're gonna fuck you up.
We can't stay on the land. We have
Sure
to
can.
travel.
Let's travel on the
We
land.
live on islands.
There's enough ocean for everybody. It's huge.
So did you want to besiege the wilds and see if you can find some sort of
Why
intermediary?
not? I don't know what else to do to try to get these
Yeah.
dolphins to cool the fuck down.
Right.
Hey,
Uh,
I think
Sounds like maybe you should be our peace broker.
What?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
what approach are you taking?
Where's there?
Oh no, sorry, it's not an approach. It's a. It's just with your favor with the wild, so it's a +1.
Right.
Yeah.
And then do I spin that favor now, or how does that work?
Oh no, so the favor lets you do the move at all,
Right.
and then so you beseech. When you want to reach for power that is beyond you, call on the force with which you share destiny. Roll 2d6 plus the favor you have with them. On a measured success, the force helps you within reason. On a monstrous success, which you guys take if you want to burn a curse, the force recognizes itself in you, submits to your command, and you increase your favor with them by +1. And on this, the force complicates your life.
That won't happen.
Yeah, we don't really need to worry about that.
we never have consequences.
Consequences. Are
Okay,
jokes.
so 2d6 plus
Lives are very
1.
simple.
See it.
And then I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I can do. Do we have any spindables we need to spend?
Ooh,
You
Not for
have
this.
ample
no.
wine and food and a ship.
So
That's about
not
it.
really anything to do with it.
Do dolphins like to get drunk?
Exactly. Put a bunch of our ample food and wine in the ocean. Come on, party together. We'll be friends after
Go
that.
out in the ocean and be like, now you're drunk.
All right. So a 5, which is not good.
That is not what it was. So the force complicates your life somehow.
Of course it does.
Um,
Unless somebody wants to
Yeah.
hearten me.
Yeah, if someone wants to hearten you, when you
With,
seek
like,
to aid
three
a friend
hearts,
after
or-
they have
Oh,
made a
wait.
move, describe how
Actually-
you endanger themselves for your sake, and then spend.
But
one
wait,
more
that wouldn't
heart
help,
after
right? Because they have
Hearten myself?
that would only bump it up by 1 per
each
heart.
heart. Yeah.
Yeah, each heart. Yeah.
I have 3
so
hearts with you. The
you got a-
thing.
you got a 5.
Yeah. So we'd have to
so
get
you
up
would
to
need
8, right?
3. Yeah.
Wait, do I have 3? Make sure. I have 3 hearts with you, and it would make narrative sense since we wanted us to have a heart-to-heart soon.
It's true. It's true. And we don't use our hearts much, so I don't feel real bad about spending them all because it's not
Yeah.
like we've been
So-
using them a whole lot.
So yeah, maybe I endanger myself in some way, depending on what you're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I'd be willing to do that.
describe how you endanger yourself for their sake.
Well, I guess Urtu, what are you trying to do?
I'm guessing the only thing I can really think of is standing on the tippy tip of the bow, the big pointy thing that comes off the bow, whatever that is.
Proud?
Proud.
And just like since I was beseeching the wilds, be like, there's been enough death because of the malice between humans and dolphins. We should all come together. I beseech the wilds, send us an emissary who can broker the peace between our two peoples.
I feel like to do that, you might need to get into the water.
That's fine. I figure after I beseech the force, I'll do
Yeah.
a magnificent
Dive
dive,
in.
off the prow.
Fantastic. Great. And then, hey, how are you endangering yourself for their sake?
I think I like want to make like a bubble net around him,
We hate bubbles.
like
Oh,
like
God.
how dolphins would normally like squeeze. I've
Right.
been reading a lot of dolphin facts.
Yeah.
So how they would like herd. What whales use the bubbles, but like how they would like kind of squish together a school of fish.
Yeah.
I like bubble wrap, or 2, but
Welcome to
that means
Dolphin
I'm
Facts
not
with
the bubble.
Nick.
Welcome. Wait to get to my echolocation checks. We're about to go. And so I think that like protects Urtu, but leaves me vulnerable because I'm like with them now.
Yeah, I think since you're kind of actively parlaying with them, and when you break off to do that, they're like, all right, time to fucking go then.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Solon,
So I take my hearts away.
yeah, take your 3 hearts away with them.
Uh,
What is Dolphin Solon doing right now?
Oh man. Let's see. I assume he's taken to being dolphin pretty natural. Yeah, what is I
He
think
runs away with them.
Yeah, it's magic.
I it really does seem like Steve Buscemi saying hello fellow kids. Like I think he's trying to argue on behalf of the boat like he's a dolphin that's been there the whole time. Like, yeah, clearly they're just going to go on their way and not cause any trouble. They seem harmless, powerless even.
Amazing.
And just like going on way too much about how like each of them is insignificant, I think.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing. Here's your GIF in the Twitch stream.
I do have that open. Cool.
Oh, jeez. Hello, fellow dolphin.
Wow, that was fast. I'm impressed.
I know. I'm good at that. Great. So, Ertu, tell me a little bit about what you were thinking, or if you had an idea for intermediary. If not, I have something.
I don't think he because I don't think he knows what the possibilities are. I think he knows it's just like he felt that no amount of talking, it seemed from us, even Hay, who's like our best connection to the Dolphins, they didn't seem to want to listen to them either.
Mm-hmm.
So I just felt like we need a force bigger than the both of us that they might actually listen to, because they'd probably think we're biased, and so we need like an you know what I mean? Like if a big god stepped in and was like, there should be peace between the two peoples, they might actually listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not a god, but as you're
Leviathan.
yeah, as
Just a big octopus, you know.
There was a large shape kind of lurking around underneath. And as you know, as you're getting your bearings in your public age, and like everyone's just doing their thing.
I don't know if I helped now that I'm thinking about it.
I think Solon is the one who gets grabbed. And as a dolphin, you're just kind of like trying to blend in or whatever. And it feels like it's almost as if a cloud is passing overhead, but it's not overhead. But it's like, oh, like it just got darker here for a reason. And you feel a leg, like a thigh thick tentacle or something come and wrap around you.
Oh no.
And kind of pull you over, like downward and like kind of into the mass of dolphins. And a lot of them just kind of freeze. And it kind of wraps around more, and you can see that there's a big eye on the end of it that just kind of like looks you in the face.
Oh man.
Everything's cool. It's cool. It's all cool.
Yeah, Can I do sorcery at this point?
You absolutely can.
Okay, because yeah, I think that's the approach that that Solon can think of at this point. So I'll get my 5
Like a habit.
when all you have is a hammer.
Cast a hammer.
I'm rolling 5 dice. 3,
Ooh.
2, 2, 1, 1.
Oh, those are some numbers, all right.
Yep. And what are some? No, didn't get that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have some options.
2 dice, some this. I don't know.
6, yeah. I don't have 3 dice of equal value. I don't think imps would do me a lot of good here.
You have 2 dice of equal value. You could metamorphosize again.
Would they be tiny dolphin imps though?
Yeah, it seems like your options are metamorphosize or imps.
Or psychic command, right?
You don't have 2 3s, right?
I thought I had 2 3s. Maybe I misread. I
Three,
do
two,
not
two,
have
one,
2
one.
3s. I
Yeah.
cannot read numbers. Never mind. So yeah, metamorphosis, or what was the other one?
Imps.
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 I mean,
With their tiny
story-wise.
leviathans.
Oh man. Does anyone else have an opinion about whether I should turn into another animal or summon imps? I feel like I'm gonna summon imps. Yeah,
Both of those
All
are so
right.
fun. Go with your
summoning
heart.
2 imps to cause trouble.
What do the imps look like here? Or you haven't summoned imps before, have you?
I have not, no.
All right. So what do your imps look like when you summon them? You get 2 of them, right?
Yeah. Is there a description of what sort of each type is? 1
3-inch high
3-inch high
imps
imp.
moves through the scene, satisfying its own whims and causing small chaos, controlled by me.
Okay.
Nothing.
So they're 3 inches tall. That's not useful. I'm wondering if they're just kind of these 3-inch tall, kind of shadowy blob shapes
Mhm.
and I think it sort of blurps into the water and then kind of flickers around and then becomes a little tiny fish
Mhm.
shape, except it's made out of shadow and stuff.
Little ditto
It kind of
fish.
thrashes around. Yeah, it's like fish drawn without reference.
Yep.
Is the vibe you get from it.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so there are 2 of them.
Yeah, and I think they immediately they kind of swim around you real
Yeah.
quick, and then they swim in front of where the eye is, and kind of
Oh,
look at each other, and then just bashing into the eye.
no.
And it closes, and you can feel it constrict you,
Yeah,
out of instinct.
my situation has not improved.
Urtu and Hay, while you're kind of there taking care of each other for a second, you also see I don't know, a dozen of these thick tentacles come up with eyes on the end, and they're kind of checking you out, checking the dolphins out, and below you can see that they're kind of connected to something like a big conical or pyramidal mass, an island underwater, basically made of flesh with tentacles. And it was Urtu that summoned or the appeal to the wilds, right?
I did.
And you hear a voice in your head that says, "I would not have thought you to long for peace."
Aw.
Peace is always my first choice. Well, usually my first choice.
And it feels like someone's rummaging through the underwear drawer in your brain a little bit. And it says, "Sometimes, perhaps."
I never jump to violence as a first resort until it seems there is no other course of action to be had. And I believe that the ocean is big enough for all of us. I understand there are good and bad in all species. I am not proclaiming that all humanity is peaceful and benevolent, and I absolutely understand the dolphins have very valid grudges. They've probably been slaughtered and caught, but all of humanity should not have to pay for the bad ones, just as all of dolphin kind should not have to pay for bad ones, or all of any species should have to suffer for the actions of its less enlightened ones.
If there's room enough in the ocean for me, surely there is room enough for others to exist together.
I concur. Now, that being said, if the dolphins want to defend themselves and attack anyone doing them harm, I have no issue with that. But to proclaim no humans may tread on the water, that seems unreasonable. The same as I would not begrudge you protecting your domain if someone were disrespecting you or causing damage to you or your home.
And when you say that, there's like tremors throughout the water, like and everyone feels it. Like dolphins kind of go like that. You and Hay and Solon are kind of, well, you and Hay, because Solon's getting smushed a little bit, kind of knocked about a bit, and you from the connection you have here, you interpret that as laughter.
I love him.
I'm also laughing at Solon's comment in the comments in the chat, in that while I'm not going to do this, I'm like, I could end the conversation with this entity right now, which would be fun. Just for a period. No, I'm not going to.
I don't think you can, because it's
He's so nice.
I would never do that. It just amused me as a concept.
One mortal NPC.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it not mortal? Can I? Not again. I would never do that in this situation. It just amused me as a mechanic of like, and you slay the giant Leviathan while you're talking to it.
No, that was the last one. That was an endangered species.
And I think Solon catches some of this. And you can kind of see like the dolphins are all kind of like, they're kind of looking at each other and kind of looking around a little bit. And what's the main one's name?
The main dolphin.
Ephes, yeah.
Ephes.
Ephes is the only one that's kind of like looks like they're concentrating a little bit. And you feel in your brain is getting like tickled by this kind of dolphin talk, kind of.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like someone's trying to talk to you as a dolphin. And I don't know, do you think you can understand dolphins while you're a dolphin?
I wonder if it's, what I think is funny is that it's more or less like Solon has taken middle school level dolphin and knows how to say in a really bad accent, I would like 2 beers, please. And when hearing, he like catches a word here and there.
Yeah. So I think you're picking up a little bit of what the dolphins are getting from this flesh mountain, and the words you can pick up are like, you can pick up peace a couple times, vengeance a couple times, cooperation maybe, or together, or joining, and consequence maybe. And hey, I think you can hear the dolphins, you can understand them kind of like chattering back and forth to each other. They're all getting this, and it sounds like they're getting they are being encouraged to work with at least you four to find some resolution that will allow peace to happen for a moment, at least for this moment.
Nice.
I think Solon probably says, I think peace could be.
And it kind of loosens and lets you swim away if you want to.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. I'm still trapped in the
Give you a little pat on the dolphin head.
Yeah. And the imps are still somehow in the mix.
Yeah, and wow. I think let's see. trying to think of what's the. Let's see what Hay has here. Woods, hunt, assert dominance. Water. Can I get Hay? Can I get you to make an assert dominance roll?
Yeah, certainly. Give me just a second to pull up the dice.
Yeah. So this is when you want an NPC to defer to you, roll plus your chosen approach. On a measured success, they do it. On a monster success, you break their will utterly. And
Oh my gosh, who am I
they,
trying to assert dominance on?
I think you are the representative of the crew here,
Okay.
and I think you are you're kind of like the
roll with me
tipping
page
point
is not loading.
for you're the tipping point for whether the dolphins do it or decide to balk.
Okay. The roll with me page is not loading, but I'll just roll.
Yeah, if you want to roll.
So I'm rolling 2d.
2d6 plus your approach. So is that
What
crude,
approach?
crude, sensitive,
Let's
slinking,
see.
tenacious, or vicious?
Against the dolphins?
Yeah.
I think that I am mad at them.
Is this vicious or crude?
Yeah. I think it's vicious. Because I think I'm like, you're so mean to me. I was trying to fight with you and I didn't belong to you, and now I'm here trying to just being dicks.
Nice. Yeah, so roll 2 dice plus 1 then. In whatever way is good for you.
Dice roller. All right, I got one on Google.
Oh, you're just rolling at Google. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, I rolled a 6 and a 5.
That is an 11, which is a monstrous success.
This makes sense story-wise.
Yeah. So on a monstrous success.
Plus a 1. So that's 12.
12, great.
Wait, is it plus my approach?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, it's been a couple weeks.
So you got a 12 altogether?
Yep.
Okay. So if someone wants to knock it down to for a regular one, that's fine. Take a curse for your monstrous success.
Yeah, I like curses. Don't do it.
And
Yeah, you seem to want the monstrous success. So
It feels narratively helpful.
On a monstrous success, their will is broken utterly, and they insist on receiving commands for all of their actions.
Oh, oh no.
So,
yes. I feel my animal family's disapproval constantly is the curse that I just received.
Of course, yeah. And I think what this looks like is, and I think the Leviathan is having this conversation in Urtu's head as well while this is happening. Basically, kind of like play by play what they're saying to the dolphins, and hey, you're also getting this, I think, and your family's to release Peter. Uh-oh, Canada internet. Since you're being vicious, what? So you're able to communicate back with the Leviathan as well. What do you say that causes it to basically threaten the dolphins into peace?
I think I say when I first started with this, and I think we call it the slaughter.
Mm-hmm.
When I first joined the slaughter, I was filled with a rage as deep as this very ocean. As were my brethren. But because I cross borders, because I see both, because I've also been on the receiving end of this, I see that it is a cycle that would never end, a cycle of violence. And maybe someone as wise as you you've probably seen these spirals extinguish themselves. Maybe you could talk some sense into them.
Yeah, and I think
Also, they're dicks.
Yeah. And I think it responds to you, and I feel like it's just to you now.
Yeah, but I think I say it matters.
Yeah,
Vicious.
it's just like, I understand.
We
and
become our enemy.
I think Urtu and I think everyone hears this, and basically the Leviathan kind of broadcasts psychically. And like as this is coming across, like the tentacles kind of like more of them come up, and they almost like not a wall, but like there's a perimeter of these kind of undulating eye tentacles around where all the dolphins and all are. And it basically broadcasts and says, if this violence does not end immediately, then I will end it for everyone. Basically saying that if the dolphins don't choose peace, everyone here gets murdered immediately.
No, Daddy's mad.
Yeah, and I think because of your move, I think the dolphins have already been through a lot. They've got a lot of trauma from being hunted and also from the violence they're visiting upon people. And I think this is the last thing. Like we were fighting to survive, and now, if we don't give up, we're gonna be destroyed anyway. So I think that's what breaks them. And yeah, you hear like the dolphin equivalent of yelling, I guess, from Ephes, basically saying like, fine, the slaughter has ended, and I step down from my position of authority.
Wow.
And place the mantle upon Hay.
I'm sure I will not regret this.
Hey, it's a Peter.
Peter.
Yeah,
Sorry. Having some internet problems here.
I was just about to report. Peter texted saying he's having internet problems.
Yeah.
Oh, oops, my video's been off.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I thought that was
Sorry.
intentional.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm using an iPad. We're all on non-computer device. We're just a mess tonight. Oopsie, sorry.
I thought you just turned it off. I was like, me and Mark are
like,
the only video participants
no,
left.
I've been making like faces and
They all went to waste.
I did that whole monologue earlier. Like, all gone.
It's all right. We were imagining what you looked like. We know you.
Yeah.
We're like,
we know.
I can imagine. I imagine Nick making this face while she's doing it monologue.
With the devil horns and like a mustache drawn up. Different part of Peter's room.
Hey, that's more Peter.
Look at
So
me,
many
I'm
Peters.
Nick. That's pretty accurate, right? I'm Nick. I'm making a monologue.
Okay.
Just like Nick.
That's how I do it.
Names all back in the right place. So I think after Ephes makes that announcement, the like the tentacles kind of withdraw, and
what was Ephes' announcement? Sorry.
Oh yeah,
we need to catch Peter up.
Hey guys.
Hey, broke the spirits of the dolphins by getting the Leviathan to threaten to murder everyone here if peace was not brokered. And yeah,
I'm always subtle.
They were like, okay, cool. We're trying not to die, so we give up. And in fact, we give up completely. Hey, you're the boss now.
Lord of the Dolphins.
Lord of the Dolphins.
Yes, finally.
Oh, no.
Just can't wait to be king.
And I think as the tentacles kind of descend. One kind of lingers around where Hay is, and you feel like it's speaking only to you in your human brain, not your dolphin brain. And it says, a peace brokered by fear is a delicate one. If you wish to cement this, I suggest doing everything you can in your power to right the wrong that was caused, that began this slaughter.
Let's go kill some pirates.
Let's go kill some pirates!
I think I say his name, which I have forgotten. But that's not going to solve things. It's more of a systemic problem, guys.
It'll definitely soothe the dolphins, but for now they won't do anything unless you tell them to.
No.
Oh gosh.
Like kill the pirates.
Yeah. And the Leviathan has withdrawn.
Oh,
Cool. Dolphin threat resolved.
But at what cost?
What would you like to do? You're all in the water still.
I'm still a dolphin.
Do you want to take 5?
Does that mean
now and kind of?
Does Peter count as a dolphin?
Yeah.
Solon count as a dolphin follower?
The dolphin's his affection.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Let's
Yeah, we can
take
take a break.
5 and then we'll come back and do some stuff. Cool.
All
Will
right.
do.
So 5. Thank you.
5. And hey, the names all stay the same order still. Good.
You did it.
We did it. Everyone came back in the same order. All right. So you're in the middle of the ocean. You got a dolphin army.
Yes.
And there's still a couple of imps hopping around. I had some ideas for them doing bad things, but they're not going to yet. What are y'all doing next?
Just to, like, as a player, can I remember what we were trying to do?
Just go to the city of
Oh yeah, we're going to a new city,
Natra. Yeah,
Natra.
Natra, which is kind of an archipelago connected by these long bridges.
Oh yeah.
And they have I think they have a tower, or the bridges light up. I think something lights up different colors for different occasions, like the UT Tower. I don't remember why you were going. I think you were just like,
I forgot
"Let's go."
why. We're going to Natra. Come on, dolphins.
I don't know if we had a reason. I think it was just kind of like,
Let's
go
go
to
to
someplace
this
we
town.
hadn't been to.
Yeah.
It may
think
have
we're-
been
I think I was looking for the pirate.
maybe, yeah. I think I have down that Solon wanted to get in touch with
Oh yeah.
Tanos there, who has a big temple in Natra. I think that might have been the motivation. Yes, mile-long pontoon bridges is what I have right now. So what's next?
So do we still have the crystal battery that destroys souls when we use it?
It runs on
Yeah, we
souls.
saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do we turn that off?
I mean, you can just turn it off if you want to. I think
We can just sail
But then we
like
would-
in
Yeah, they can
normal
just sail.
people.
Yeah,
Like a farmer.
like a
Yeah.
farm.
The damn caveman.
Let's learn. We've never learned how to use the wind.
Is there maybe
You know how to use the wind.
maybe we can maybe we can search for a way to like free those souls?
Oh, they are burned up like
Oh.
coal. Yeah, they are.
Oh, so they're not like,
Like-
trapped souls.
No, like when you were murdering all the ghosts, like that.
Hey, well, I was defending myself.
A true death. A true death.
Yeah, this is more like just ecological degradation.
Like, You attack me, I'm gonna attack you. That's
So
the way
this
it works.
isn't like Ampic's death. This is like death.
Yeah, this is like you die as a person, become a ghost. You die as a ghost, you are gone.
So then,
Permanent.
in that case, if these souls are already burnt, like then there's not a reason not to use it, is there? Because we're not like killing people; they're dead.
If you when you're using it, you're burning up. You're like it's running on spirits and burning them. You can't bring the ones that
Oh.
you already burnt up back, but
Oh, so they're not like trapped in the crystal.
no. It's,
It's like
it's
harvesting spirits,
yeah,
converting.
It's like a train engine.
Oh, so yeah,
so-
we don't want to use it.
Shoveling spirits in, smoke comes out.
It's like
Yeah, let's
sucking,
stop doing that.
spirits in, burning them up for speed.
And,
Gotcha.
and getting those cool lights underneath the ocean.
Yeah, we need to not use that
Ley
anymore.
lines. Yeah.
It's not used. We need to maybe
Alright.
destroy that,
Let's
probably.
be
Ooh.
carbon neutral, spirit neutral.
Spirit neutral.
I am going to say that Ampix probably objects to it being destroyed.
Yes, he would.
He wants to harvest souls for energy.
I'll let him decide that. But they are definitely canoodling with Rook right now. So we'll see.
Well, they also want to kill us, so
Want to? They've been tasked to.
it's not an issue of want. I don't do it for love.
Let's not bicker and argue about who killed who.
Yeah. So let's say you can turn it off, but I think it's If you want to destroy it, I'm not going to stop you, but I think Epix is going to vote against it.
Well, we'll have to see about that.
Well, maybe we can find a way to reverse it. Maybe I think Hay is like, oh yeah, Apex probably knows like a way to well, like get them back. So
Turn the smoke back
like,
in the coal. Yeah.
Apex has come back twice, so I bet we can figure out a way to unkill these souls. And we might be able to unkill the ones who flushed earlier.
Oh, Solon, this is maybe your area of knowledge.
Mm.
Can
Am I
you
still a
think?
dolphin right now?
Oh,
You're still a dolphin, yeah. You
Mm.
can
Moving
do
along
sorcery to turn it back if you would like. Just need 2 dice that match, right?
Yeah, let me do that real fast.
Yeah, let's do some magic real fast.
Somehow Red rolled with me has lost connection to the game server.
that's what Nick said. I was
Reload
rolling
should-
earlier.
Oh, I'm just joking because my entire internet went
Oh.
down.
Oh,
That actually happened to Nick. They were like, I can't get rolled
Yeah.
in with me to work.
it'll do that to me when I have a VPN on too.
Yeah, I got 2 5s. Any other fun
Nice.
we can have here?
Cool. So you can metamorphosis back to a person or anything else.
Metamorphosis.
Do something else.
Phantasm. Generate a
Yeah,
mighty king.
Leviathan.
Yes, well.
Man-sized Leviathan. So,
Little guy.
cool.
So
Turn
yeah,
back into-
I'll turn
into
back
Bang
into
Solon.
Solon.
Cool.
Perhaps there is a way for us to convert this crystal to maybe give us the same power, but run on something else. Or maybe,
Like boogers.
or that, or maybe a way to like make it a packed crystal with spirits, where spirits can help push the ship. In return, I don't know what spirits would want. I don't know, but I think there's something we could do with this crystal to maybe best of both worlds, compromise.
We don't want it coming into someone else's hands.
Exactly. Because less scrupulous people than us would be like, I don't care, burn the spirits, I want to go fast.
Oh, no.
They're already dead. Why not?
Let's see, how does, because I think Solon's instinct is to say that he knows a way to do this, but he definitely does not know a way to do this.
We believe him though.
Seems within his possible purview, maybe.
Not to do anything.
Let's see. Can I patch reality to do this?
Oh, I think that's within
Oh.
patching reality. Yeah. You see.
That's how we get flesh towers.
Well, the
Yeah,
question
yep.
is, we should probably first clarify exactly what it is. Like, I'm tossing forth esoteric, amorphous ideas. We probably need to crystallize a more specific
Hmm.
idea as to how
So-
it will work.
Are
When
we
you are-
trying to make a
When you,
plan?
are, when you are discontent with the way things are, mark 1 curse. Then rewrite a small detail about the world. For each change you make, the GM will say what else changes that you didn't intend. Or keep it as a surprise for later. Feel free to continue marking your curse to fix details obsessively, but leave big changes for the epic spell.
Okay. So changing how the crystal works might not be within patch reality.
It depends on what you want to change, I think.
Yeah.
So tell me what you think you'd want.
I think I would want patching either all crystals or just this crystal draws its power from let's say directly from chaos, I guess. Yeah.
Huh.
So now
I
it's
like
a
it.
chaos crystal that can power a boat and nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, just use the raw material. I think you can do that with this crystal. I think it's going to cost 2 curses.
Jesus.
One to make one to turn off the soul burning, and one to make the chaos burning.
Oh man.
I
It seems
protest.
fun.
Seems like
Oh,
a
you-
conversion to
Sounds
me.
like fun.
You got plenty of curses, so not in any danger.
No, I will be down to 1 curse and then I
Yeah.
can move forward on the Doom track.
But then they all clear. It's fine.
How do I clear curses? Seeking
Gotta
human companionship
go
in
away.
time. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it.
Nice. Tell me what it looks like when you're doing that. How do you patch reality?
That's a good question. Let's see. Um, I think it starts by looking very similar to other spells that I've done, which I think seem to be like kind of soothing the environment around me to let chaos break.
Mm,
If I remember right. I think it's the same sort of thing, except um at whatever like decisive action I take, like once everything is calm and spooky, I think all of us end up inside the crystal briefly.
Ah,
Really briefly.
yes.
what the hell?
And I think inside the crystal we see kind of a funnel, like when there's a 90s science documentary explaining how space-time works, we see just like
Yes.
darkness funneling down into a bottomless pit beneath us. And I think the notion is like there's first a motion to clear that away, and then another one that, and now it's not the pit, it's I'm thinking of like some of the animation from the Spider-Man movie where there's just like chaotic
Yeah.
images
Yeah.
overlapping, kind of burbling out of the same space.
Nice.
And with that, we are shrooped back out of the crystal.
Nice. So this is burning chaos instead of ghosts.
Yeah.
Great.
And I am so close to doom right now. It's not even funny.
And I think the flowing line that extends from the boat when you're traveling with it like
Yeah.
changes color from like an amber color to like this deep violet. Now you're cooking with chaos. All right.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Sure,
cool.
nothing will go
Atlantean
wrong.
technology hacker. Yeah.
That was a good joke.
So yeah, the other part is the GM will say what else changes that you didn't intend.
Or is that something you hold for later?
Nothing.
It is something I'm holding. And the effects will become clear when something happens.
No. I hate it when you do that because then I think we got away with it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Notes made. And also, okay.
Just going to accumulate all of these consequences.
All at once.
Yeah, you got a couple in the air.
We have a chaos powered Groot boat. What could go wrong?
Nothing. It's perfect.
Absolutely nothing.
It worked out great for the Atlanteans. So
Yeah, they did pretty well for themselves.
yeah, they're good for a while. Main screen. There we go. So, chaos powered Groot boat. Urtu is back on board. Ampix is around, and hey, you have your dolphin squad. Are you swimming with them, or are you on the boat?
Yeah, I think I'm swimming with them now.
Okay.
Uh-oh. That
I'm just out curious, it's like, can you actually swim as fast as a dolphin, being that you're not actually a dolphin?
I think you have to kind of hang on and let, because the boat's gonna be going fast, and they can probably just keep up. So you're probably gonna have to like grab onto a dorsal fin or something.
Well, I guess I also just help Urtu out of the. I guess Urtu and I were close together, so I think this also might be a good moment for the Urtu convo. So maybe I am on the. Yeah, maybe I'm on the boat. I pull Urtu out and show him how to get out of the bubble wrap.
Oh, I envision it as just like kind of a curtain of bubbles around.
It is,
Yeah.
but I think I don't want him to get tangled.
Yeah. I don't think there's any danger of that.
Just
Cool. So
worried about him.
let's get you back on the boat.
Back on the boat.
Solon, I think you're the only one who can make the crystal go now.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Oh no, I don't have to drive anymore. That's nice.
Sure, this will be fine.
Yeah. We'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I think I do spend like half my time in the water, half my time on the boat.
So Epix is gonna go off and pray somewhere.
Oh dear.
Would yeah, it's gonna be great.
I hate it when that happens.
Where would Hay and Urtu like to have their little conversation or little heart to heart?
Seems like it would just be on the front of the boat, enjoying the breeze and the ocean,
Nice.
watching the dolphins
Yeah.
swim.
Yeah, that feels right.
I
I think
think kind of quiet for a bit before like Urtu finally speaks. I was like, so you have explained what happened from your true intentions and what happened. And I feel that I owe you an explanation because of the way I treated you, which is very, very harsh and uncharacteristic of the bond between us. But no, there is no but. I mean, that is.
I mean, I did explain, but I did not apologize. I'm sorry. When the dolphins came and got me, I thought it would be. I didn't think,
But you should
and I
not
didn't
need.
know how it would affect you.
You should not need to apologize. I should have known better. But I saw you running away with the dolphins in what seemed to be one of our direst moments in the midst of a battle. And it seemed as if you were running away and choosing them, frolicking, playing in the sea. And I should have known that you would not do that. I know you better than that. So that shortcoming is mine for not trusting you like I should, knowing you like I should. And I suspect that stems from fear.
I think I want to give Urtu my heart. Like give a heart move
Yeah.
and say, like, I promise I won't put you in a position where you'll have to guess in the future. I'll let you know.
I definitely feel like it's a mutual heart giving for sure.
Cool. One heart on either side.
Yeah. Is that vulnerable enough? Do I need to be more vulnerable?
Yeah. How do your curses kind of taint this conversation?
Yeah, where's my curses?
Urtu's curse is death is at your side, fouling every interaction with the inevitable breath of tombs. And Hay is you feel your animal family's disapproval constantly.
Yeah, I kind of like can hear them talking about like they're following me, but like
they hate it.
they hate it.
They're following you under pain of death, basically.
Yeah, I don't think it's good.
I think I also. Can you? Do you see the darkness that follows me? The death that is always one step behind me, or is that something only I can see?
Is this a question you're asking me?
Yes, to Hay. Yeah.
Oh, to Hay. Yeah. Not like literally, but now that you say it, that's like how I would write about you if I was a poet.
I fear the harm that may come to those close to me because of the darkness I bring with me. Which is why I have, at least internally, decided I can't go back and ever see my brother and his wife again. They're reunited, and I can't risk bringing whatever it is I carry to them, and I worry about bringing it on you as well. But I remember when you first came to us from the sea, and felt very out of place, and it took you some time to adapt, and you could only sleep if I curled my huge body up around you and made you feel safe like a cub. And even some nights that wasn't enough, and I'd have to take you down to the shallow waters and sit in the shallow waters curled up around you so that you could sleep. I could not because I was in water. And it's not easy for regular people to sleep in water.
Oh,
But it was important. And now you're family, and I worry that my curse somehow becomes yours as well by all of us being bonded like this.
I feel that I am still that cub. I have two families, but at all times, don't feel totally in either one. And now I've been placed in charge of one of my families, and I don't think it's going to end well.
You know, I just realized now that I've seen your other family put you in such a hard place trying to force you to choose. That is something I will never do to you. Ever again. I know you better. I should have known better. That you would never leave for good. You will always come back. We may have to share you between the two families, but that none of us should ever ask you to forsake your original family for us. You have my trust forevermore, and I will not make the same mistake in the future of doubting your motivations or your true heart.
And I promise to live up to that trust.
So now we each have hearts from each other? Is that how it works?
Mhm.
My
Yeah,
hand-
if I think this would also be a time to soothe if you wanted to clear
Maybe
moves
that
or
was
unlock
it.
curses.
I could
Oh.
do the animal. I think. Can I do lick our wounds while we're doing this?
Look, our wounds. Spend downtime
When you
embracing your
s-
friends in an animal fashion. Roll plus weakest relationship, which is 1. And I lost it. There you go. Add +1 if you're in a wild place. Make success here.
So real quick,
We
um,
are
I'm
in a
sorry,
wild
what
place.
were
Yeah,
you just saying about removing a curse? How?
if you want to soothe each other.
Oh, to soothe. To soothe.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. If you, how are you embracing
sorry,
your
what was-
friends in an
I didn't
animal
know
fashion? If you're so licking your wounds is your special move, and then soothing basically says when you seek to lighten a friend's mood, ask them what you can do to lift their spirits. Spend 1 or more of the hearts you have from them and roll plus that number, and that lets you potentially unmark curses or clear moves.
Oh yeah, maybe we want to soothe if we're gonna have curses. I don't think this one can help with curses.
Oh, it's tough. Because yeah, I thought we were
Yeah, licking
giving.
wounds is just moods.
Yeah, giving
Yeah,
hearts
yeah.
is the way to give those hearts there.
Let's do soothe.
So did we do both? Did we give hearts and then we soothe? Or is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Or we're
I think
choosing?
so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. You're definitely giving hearts.
Okay. So
but you
first
can
we
choose
each
to soothe.
bump our respective hearts up. My hay goes up,
Yeah.
and their Ertu goes up.
Air
And
two
then
and
you
up.
can spend them to soothe. Who would like to soothe who?
I think that Hay tries to soothe Ertu,
Okay.
like in a reversal of the like
Yeah.
holding.
Makes sense,
Um,
yeah, since I was just talking about like the curse
Yeah.
that travels with me and all that.
Yeah.
Cool. So it sounds like you are rolling with +1 that heart plus that heart. So burn that 1 heart you just got. And 'cause otherwise you wouldn't have been able to do this move.
Yeah.
So cool. Roll 2 dice plus 1.
Dice on. All right, roll 5 and a 3 plus 1 is a 9.
Hey, that's
Nice.
perfect.
That is perfect. So
I like the
on a-
Google Dice roller way better.
we can't see that one though.
I know I could be sneaky, but I'm not.
On a measured success, you reach them. They pick one. So we didn't do the ask them what you can do to lift their spirits. So or do what is Hay doing to lift your spirits?
I think just that conversation we had made me feel better about that they don't feel endangered by my curse. They're like, they showed loyalty and like that it's not going to scare them away. They're not going to be, they weren't like, yeah, maybe it's better if we stay away from each other so your curse doesn't hurt me.
Cool. Would you like
So
to clear all of your moods or unmark a curse?
Let me double check. I only have one mood. I think I should unmark a curse because I'm getting damn close to doom.
Oh no, so many curses.
Cool. And it sounds like you're responding in kind.
Correct.
Which means that Hay can also choose to clear all moods or remove a curse.
Yeah. Oh, but it doesn't make sense to remove family's disapproval.
Oh yeah. Well, you have more moods than curse.
Oh yeah, you
my
could clear
moods.
all 3 of
Yeah,
those
let me
moods.
clear my moods. I didn't realize how moody I was. Oh, I feel so
Very
tired.
moody. Very
You're only halfway through your curse track. That's
Having
nothing.
like having a nap and being like having a nap and being like, oh, I was not feeling well.
I just needed a Cliff Bar. I'm fine now.
I just needed a
Cool. I think since you are continuing on from this weird interim situation, I think I'm going to ask for an explore move from Solon, since you're the one running the show now, show-wise.
I got the vote.
By the way, in case you didn't know, your video's off again, Nick.
Oh no! How
Yeah, I
did this
think
happen?
when you switch away from Zoom, I think it turns it off.
Oh, because I went over and looked at the dice.
Yeah.
The dice
Yeah, I'm
rolling.
back.
Solon, what is your approach to driving the boat? I would vote for Bizarre, but it's up to you.
Oh yeah, like Imperious feels like the mood that he's in, but Bizarre is better from min-maxing and also sounds more fun.
Yeah, just from like the nature of the chaos boat sounds.
Yeah. So I definitely think his eyes are shut.
Or does he? They're like, do you have like a rag around your head? or-
Yeah, there's a rag around.
Nice.
I think his worries Ertu a bit. Like, should he be driving blind?
And
Wizard stuff.
I'm trying to figure out if he's actually controlling the wheel or not. But how bizarre can we make?
Oh, because the wheel is mounted like a roulette wheel.
Yeah.
And the crystal's in the middle. Unless change it to chaos, change that configuration.
No, I think it's still there. It just looks a lot less stable now.
Yeah, awesome.
I think, oh yeah, okay. I think he's got one hand planted on the crystal and the other planted on the wheel. And occasionally the crystal zaps and he, full body winces and it puppets his arm to where it's supposed to be.
Nice.
And the boat changes course to follow the ley lines.
Awesome. So that's going to be 2 dice plus 2.
Oh boy.
So much dice roll.
Anything could happen.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to put that's a 6.
That is a 6. All right. So on a miss, you land in a dangerous place or lose something crucial. How to get out is not clear. Oh, that's how we got into the dolphin trouble. That's right. Anyone whose heart you have is also in danger.
That would be
or safe but elsewhere, but it sounds like everyone's
Can anyone harden me, or am I alone?
Oh yeah, you can harden. Yeah, you can get hardened.
Yeah.
Because I just need one to.
Yeah, I
or
got
no,
two.
need
I probably have.
You too, yeah.
I probably
Yeah,
have some.
I definitely have two. Looks like Nick has 4 hearts with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have 6 with Ampus. How does this happen? Yeah, I'm happy to share. Give you some hearts.
Cool. How are you endangering yourself for their sake?
I wonder if I see Solon wince and I grab. Would the wheel kill me if I grab it?
No.
Okay, I think I do try to grab it and it hurts me.
Yeah. That's great.
But does that help with what's happening?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. That'll bring it up to a regular one.
I think I help steady it, but it hurts.
Oh, sure.
I think that's going to cost you a mood as well, since it's hurting you.
Oh, dang it. I just got
Yeah,
my
I
mood.
know.
I was like, you just cleared those.
That's fine. Maybe bewildered?
Yeah, a little touch
Because
by
I'm
chaos.
like, I don't understand chaos. Like, I think the chaos kind of also affected my mind, and I'm like, oh, I thought I understood the world.
Yeah. Cool. On a measure of success, you find a path to safety and or something useful. Anyone whose heart you have is also safe. So I think what that means is that we pull right into what was the name of the city?
Natra.
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 Yeah.
Not your business.
Not your
Yeah.
business.
Oh no.
Cool. So this is I think you're pulling in like at dawn, maybe. Heading north, like the sun is rising to your starboard, and like as it comes up, the city sort of comes to life a little bit. It's not like crystals or anything, but it feels like it sparkles a little bit just by dint of it like being by the sea, and like everything's like moist, but in a pleasant way.
Okay.
Everything's dewy.
Too late. Moist is already lodged in there.
Do we? Yes, we do.
Flesh towers everywhere.
Especially since I'm in Washington, D.C. right now. I'm like, yeah, nice.
Flesh interface. Yeah. Cool. And so the city is comprises these islands that are connected by all of the pontoon bridges, and there's probably kind of like main like port islands around the edges and a couple different islands, and so you're coming from the south and pull into that one. And I think all of the islands have little like little special names, not like that's their official name, but like, oh, this is this is the what was it, horseshoe crab island or something. Like it's something.
Yeah, I wanted them to be animals.
Yeah, they're all named after little animals. So you pull into horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crab. There we go. And there are other ships there, merchants, travelers, and whatnot. And yeah, let's pull up our city here. So not where we decided last time is the Archipelagos. It is ruled by mystics. And there's temples to
Oh, Solon's gonna be so happy here.
Canda's rookies. Well, mystics are the
epics types.
Yeah, the
oh, okay, never
So
mind.
Solon is gonna have a terrible time.
Yeah.
Solon's gonna be awful here.
This is God Town. And the gods are that's good. You wanted Canda's, which is the god of the sea, Rook, and Zeus. So having a good time here.
So the chaos boat rolling in is not a great look.
No, I think it's fine. It's fine. Right, they have a lighthouse. That's their famous landmark, kind of in the central island is a little bit more built up. There's some cliffs and whatnot on it, and that has the lighthouse on it that turns to compass. Great. So you pull in. Let's do a little paint the scene for the new city. I guess everyone. So Urtu has been here before. I think you were the only one. What is what is something about this island that you pull into that kind of captivates you? That's like new and exciting.
Everything is done. Everything is done up in like dark colors, like not like in a evil Sauron kind of, like, you know, rich purples and deeper shades like that. It's as opposed to just, you know, white stone and stuff. Most of these are lighter. This one's
Jewel tones.
yes, deep jewel tones, makes it more mysterious and mystic-like. Some people are like, it's too dark in here. Others are like, it's rich. It's rich with
Makes the
character.
interiors feel smaller.
Yeah, maybe that's part of like what lends itself to the sparkliness of it. So some are like jewel tones and some are like actually jeweled.
Yeah. I think a lot of jewel dust sprinkled into, so it's like almost like a glittery finish to a lot of things here.
Nice.
But subtle, not like super glittery. It's like that kind of when you look really close and you see little sparkly bits in it.
Mica flakes. Yeah.
Mhm.
What else we got?
Oh, are each of us answering this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think Solon at first glance is just impressed with the age of the place. Like, I think the old writing is kind of rare in these days. There are few examples of it around, and as we're pulling in, we see a statue in the port that has some of the old writing around its base. Just like it's nothing. Like, yep, this is just public art.
I think Solon actually, like, it's not Atlantean writing, but it's kind of like what English is to the old German kind of.
Right. It is Atlantean Vulgate, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the thing that also goes with the age is kind of like the Galapagos Islands, where there was like this like volcano and then the earth moved over it. So the ones that we first approach are really, really old, and then some of the ones on the other side are really young. And you can I think last time we also talked about how each island, like, people don't really leave their little island. So there's a lot of endemism. There's a lot of like culture that's only on one island, and animals that only live on the island. And so I think there's also kind of a patchwork in the jewel tones of like, oh yeah, I don't really leave this one. I like, there's everything I have. Everything I need is here.
Everyone likes their little neighborhood.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very local.
It's a local shop. Great. So yeah, you can jump off pretty easily. Hey, what do the dolphins do when you pull into port? Or what do you have the dolphins do?
I think I asked them to check around and see what they can find out.
Just like tooling around the islands and...
Yeah.
Cool. Would you like to make that an SS roll?
Yes, I would.
Cool. What is your approach?
My approach.
A Groot Chaos Boat?
Yeah, I think that I think I'm still a little vicious with them. I think even though I don't think it's really hit me yet that I'm like in charge of them. I'm just like, well, like big, why don't you go look around? Nice. Try not to kill anything.
Go ahead and roll with a +1 then.
All right. Sure, this won't be bad. All right, I rolled 3 + 1 is a 4.
Yeah. Cool. Anonymous, ask one of these questions, but asking it has left you vulnerable. Prepare for the worst.
Yes.
What question would you like to ask?
Sorry, let me pull it up.
What is the best way out of here? Who or what is the biggest threat? What does this person intend? What are others missing here? What hidden forces are at work here? Or what here can I use to blank?
I think the hidden forces one, unless anyone else has a hit.
Yeah, so they I'll go back to that. I have a good answer, I think.
Yeah, like I want them to look around to see what people drop in the water, if they can overhear any conversations.
Oh yeah, great. So the imps are still around.
Oh yes. Oh, no.
And I think as soon as the boat pulls in, they just like scamper down the lines and start.
They blobbed into little walking things.
Yeah, and they just are starting shit in the harbor, knocking stuff over and causing a little bit of ruckus. Everybody's getting off the ship, I assume, or is everybody getting off the ship? I guess.
Yeah, fuck boats.
Been too long on the sea.
When the last person gets off and like the dock workers are starting to lash it up a little bit,
Nothing bad happens.
who's the last person that gets off?
I think it's so long.
Yeah, as you step on the dock, you hear this. There's a couple ways to go, I guess. Let's say you hear this like loud creaking from behind.
That's probably fine.
From the boat.
I think Solon doesn't turn around. It's like it's supposed to do that.
Yeah. And it's like creaking and splintering, and you hear like water rushing, like.
That's why we can't have nice things.
And the dock workers who were taking care of you, like you don't see their faces, but they run and take off.
Oh, no. Okay, so Solon turns around to see what's going on.
And the boat has lifted itself. It's grown like six like trunks out of the bottom of the boat.
Moving castle dust.
Yeah, and it's just like it has pushed itself up out of the water, and the mast has come down and sort of like vined around like one of the poles that is there in the
okay.
harbor.
So it's just making itself comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And the entire
I think that's the exact noise
Yeah.
Solon makes. It's just like we
yeah,
are already doomed in this city.
The keel is all the way out of the water. It's just like lifted itself out.
Oh no. Boat, why are you like that?
Elephant boat. Great. I think everyone else sees this as well. Any reactions to this?
I do think Solon is just like, oh god. Or this might as well happen.
I think it makes sense to Hay. Hay's like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I kind of just think with everything that's happened to us, it's just like, of course.
Of course.
I was like, I think Hay is like, oh, it's at least it's not like the rope people. It just disappeared. I think when Hay first heard the creaking was like, oh, we don't have a boat anymore.
I mean, I think the relevant question is boat going to wait for us? And
oh no.
Do we still have a boat? I mean, we bought a boat and now boat gone?
Oh, you still have the boat. It's just
boat doesn't understand ownership.
Hanging out.
We just take care of the boat and maybe
it's just made itself more comfortable at the harbor.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, maybe we should feed it.
Does boat eat? Hey, boat, do you eat? Does boat speak?
No, boat does not speak.
Oh.
I think Solon very tentatively tries to pet the boat awkwardly.
Roll for splinters.
Worth it.
Oh, hey. What is it? 4 weeks ago, I got a splinter in my finger off of something, and it's gone now. Yay!
Nice.
Yay!
First
I've consumed it.
Yep. It's part of me.
Great. And also the imps are still causing a ruckus. What do you all do?
Another
Um,
city for us to love.
Brand new city to love.
I think
To destroy. I mean,
Yeah.
like
I
explode.
think Solon is immediately going to try and roll for getting rid of the imps.
Yes.
As a just
Good,
like, fuck, I forgot about this.
good idea. Go for it.
Rolling 5 dice. I got 1-1. I will eliminate 1 imp.
All right. What does it look like when you do that?
Oh, jeez.
Oh man.
How do you dispel your imps?
Um, I think it's sort of creating a vacuum, kind of in empty space, and like there's a sort of hand gesture that goes towards one of the imps, and then the shadow just starts being like sucked towards it. It looks really terrible. Like,
Yeah, I think the other one is like, oh shit, and like books it and like dives into a bundle of crates and stuff. Like kind of like
no.
scampers away and like getting dragged
Yeah.
back and then jumps and gets in the
Yeah, I think anybody watching it is like, I hated those fucking imps, but God, this is
Yeah. No one deserves that.
it's like the reaction people have to that Roger Rabbit scene.
Yeah,
No, horseshoe.
you deserve that, but oh god. Great. What about the other two?
I mean, what are we did?
Yeah, what's the question?
Yeah, you just put it into a new city. What would you like
Yeah.
to do there?
Oh, I think Hay is very excited. More human things. I think Hay excitedly like runs toward the marketplace and is like pulling her two along.
Hmm.
Let's see if we could get. Let's see how many swords they have. What kind of cool swords they have here.
You always drop them. Why do you care?
I don't you like them. Need them. Covered in Atlantean armor now.
Oh, I thought you took all that off when you came
I
back
tried
to
and
the
it
film.
like didn't.
Right.
It grew back.
Got bolted on too much. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. I like
Yeah.
that. And I think I don't think there is a like an armorer per se on this island. You might have to walk to a different island to do that. Would you like to do that? It's like a good 20-minute walk across the pontoon bridge.
Yeah.
What's the little animal buddy for the forge and armory island?
Hmm. I want to say
Well, it's not-
flamingo.
Did you say flamingo?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why exactly. Maybe it's got this giant cliff that over time they built pillars to support it.
Nice.
Um, yeah.
Love
Great.
it.
And it's all pink quartz, of course. Great. So yeah, they're not like on the street shilling their wares or anything like in a like a big land-based city, but there are shops that you easily recognize as like, oh, this guy is making weapons, this guy is repairing armor, this guy is forging horseshoes to sell because they don't have horses here probably. Tell me a little bit about your shopping trip or your window shopping trip at least.
I don't know. My gut is that maybe we also like try to like see if there's anyone who needs help, need some jobs done or such
Mm,
while we're here?
Yeah.
Because we'll probably need,
Yeah, getting money is good.
oh yeah, I mean, probably needs, never
Or
hurts.
just catch up on the gossip. Yeah.
Good.
The hot gas.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't want a quiz. I want a name generator. Cool. Great. Sweet. So you look at a couple places and they're just like, hey, check out our cool stuff. Um, the basically the forge slash blacksmith is kind of set up in like it's built into the side of the cliff, so like it's there's streets and whatnot on the island, and you go in and you can see it's like a cave that goes through the back of the cliff. And there's a bellows back there and a forge, and there's a couple burly guys working a big bellows, and the back is open to the sea to kind of like let it not be a million degrees in there.
Cool.
And the like stoutest guy in there, bald, doesn't seem to have any hair at all anywhere. He's got the leather apron and all that, and holding a big hammer, bigger than normal, you think. And looks like it's like little fancy, like blacksmith hammers are usually like just like iron blocks that are utilitarian. This one actually has some like decoration to it. And he kind of looks you up and down, and his eyes widen a little bit, and just like lets the hammer hang at his side and walks up and just offers a big meaty hand for a handshake if you would like to do it.
Is that to me?
To you, yes.
I'm down for meaty handshakes.
It's Archer's favorite thing.
That's on
Yeah.
a dating profile.
Likes big meaty handshakes. Yeah, and it is big and meaty. You're not used to being like physically intimidated, but this is like, oh, this guy is strong and he's got a firm grip.
It's magnificent.
He's magnificent. And he says like, I move over the blacksmith. Who do I have the honor? He like looks at both of you.
I am Ertu. Wandering. What am I? A wandering one.
Bell sword, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, what's my? Yeah, just Ertu. Wandering sword for hire.
Oh, you've.
Oh no!
I recognize you.
Oh no!
Sure.
Some other guy.
When were you here last?
Oh,
You're not a
oh,
stranger to Flamingo.
That could be okay.
It has been quite some time. I've been traveling with my compatriots for. I don't probably would have been. I don't know how long this group has been together, but I would imagine it's probably been a year or more since I've been here, right?
Yeah. And
Must be over a cycle.
Nice. And he like kind of looks past you a little bit and frowns, but then comes back and like turns into the big smile again. And like, well, you're welcome back, I suppose. Ortu doesn't sound like where are you from? Where do you hail from?
That's a damn fine question. Trying to remember if he's doesn't necessarily have to be a place we've already established, right?
Yeah.
I was by dolphins.
I think that
From the
my
water.
home is quite far away, like
Yeah.
across the ocean. place called Rakira,
Akira.
far across the ocean. And my parents traveled here, and I was a smart child.
Are you buying or selling?
Oh, we had just arrived in this fair place and really just browsing, getting the lay of the land, seeing what's about, and being a sword enthusiast. Always, I mean, I'm very happy with the one I've got, but
She says you can tell a lot about people by the types of swords they use.
Normally, yes.
I know it's just good to know, the people if I, need maintenance done and things like that. Good craftsmen.
Of course. Where did you acquire your weapon, if I can ask?
Plus, we're not allowed to go to that lady anymore because Richard kissed her.
We haven't actually established where I acquired my weapon, right?
No. And you can also just help the fuck off.
No.
I still like, hey,
This
volunteer
backstory
the
gener-
information that they
I do like this backstory generator NPC.
No, yeah, I'm fine with this. It's more my brain trying to remember things we have established versus things we haven't established.
Oh yeah. I was telling improvisers about long form is like the hardest thing is has no one named this character?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Am I sure no one has named this?
Hey there, champ.
I think when I arrived, I think there's another city probably not yet established where I arrived and was like raised here on this side of the ocean. And I think I got my sword from a battle. I was defending our home from an attacker who was not Atlantean, so it was like he had obviously procured the sword from his travels, maybe adventuring, maybe found it in the ocean, I don't know. But it was the hardest battle I've ever fought to this day because he had this sword. He almost took my life that day, but I got lucky.
It's a fine blade.
We have bonded, me and this blade. I believe it was meant to come to me. Feels that way.
Does the soul in it speak to you?
Not in an obvious word-like way. It doesn't say like, "Hey, how you doing? Want to kill something?" But I do feel a bond with it, as if it is a living extension of myself.
He extends his hand and says, "May I?"
Sure.
And he picks up, kind of like gives it a weight, looks down it, inspects the pommel and the handle.
He's a refret. Oh wait, no, that's a guitar. Sorry.
And
Take the action on this sword down.
Says, Oh, Zadi. You're fortunate.
Are you talking to me?
It's your sword.
All right. I thought maybe you were talking to a sword for a minute there.
Oh. Is the warrior within the sword is cast far and wide. This is one of the last swords forged by the Atlanteans.
Hmm. Well, I do try my best to honor the sword, give it honor, and not use it unnecessarily.
Do you feel it driving you to do anything that you would normally find distasteful?
Not to my knowledge, but I guess who is to say what motivations come from within and what may come from without? Would we know? Would I know if motivation was my own or coming from the sword?
That's the trick, isn't it?
It is. My motivations feel like my own.
Killed with it recently.
Yes.
I have, unfortunately.
Constantly. All the time.
But only when there is no other choice.
He's like trying to practice being a human, but it's just like getting her into trouble.
I think I would like her to. Yeah, I don't think you need to roll for anything. Yeah, and he just says this. Do you know how this was forged?
I do not. I was trying to remember. I was like, oh yeah, that cutscene was not privy to Ertu. That was our cutscene.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I do not. I do not. It's been a mystery to me, for I've never seen a material such as this.
Every Atlantean sword, when it is forged, a warrior ends his life by entering molten steel. This is the last one, or one of the last ones forged, because when Zadi gave himself to the sword, everything cracked, fell apart. They were able to salvage them, but it's not clear whether the steel was bad or he was. I would offer to buy it from you, and he hands it back. But this seems like your destiny.
Indeed, for better or for worse, me and this sword are one.
And he the seriousness drops from his face again, and he addresses Hay like, and you, my little friend, you.
I come from the ocean.
I can see that from your.
I think Hay is like on the floor and has found like some crumbs and is eating them. Also, I realize that I'm no longer allowed to do like fish out of water and behave civilized, so I'm just gonna lean into that. I think I found like a crust or something that fell on the floor and I'm kind of chewing.
Do you have any water-resistant swords that could be tethered to one's wrist?
I don't want a sword.
that one will never tarnish.
Well, not for me, for I tried to train my young friend here in the ways of. They're coming along great with a sword, except for the fact that they don't seem to keep it in their hand in battle.
Well, if I have it in my hands, I can't use my hands.
The sword is an extension of your hand. It replaces your hand in functionality.
I'm just going to bite them anyway. It's not going to be a sword.
And your armor is also clearly Atlantean.
Yeah.
Although I don't recognize its maker. May I ask where you got that from?
I think it was I don't know. The dolphins found it. Ephes found it after Ephes was dead, and then Ephes wasn't dead, and then Ephes had a lot of armor, and then Ephes made me have a lot of armor. I can't get it off. But it's usually helpful, so maybe I don't want it off.
It seems to be attached directly to your flesh.
Yeah.
This this ghoul of a dolphin, is it?
My parent. Only I can call Ephes a ghoul.
You were. I'm sorry, you look entirely human. Were you
Yeah,
birthed in the? Are you under a spell? Did a
I'm not a
sorcerer
doll.
change you
I'm a
into a
human. I'm not a dolphin. I'm not a half dolphin. That's no such thing. We've tried.
people? Does get lonely on sea.
No, it doesn't. There's so many creatures.
And they're all Randy.
The dolphins. So the dolphins made this armor for you from what? It looks entirely Atlantean by design.
Yeah, they found it at the ruins.
You've been to the ruins under the sea, where
Yeah,
they
that's
have.
where Atlantean armor comes from. Yeah, there's some weird stuff down there. You should have Solon when Solon gets here. Solon made a whole tower. It's like a weird human flesh tower. You get used to it. Solon's just kind of like that.
I'll put a pin in the flesh tower.
Oh God.
Did you want a dolphin girlfriend?
No, but I
I
think
think
I
Kiko's
would like
available.
to ask your help. Would they be able to get more Atlantean?
I think Hay like speaks some dolphin, and then a dolphin pops up,
Oh,
and then they're
like
talking back.
the cliffs are like the ocean is a little bit away.
Oh, we're not
so-
near the water.
No,
Oh,
no, you're
okay.
like in a cliffside cave.
So a dolphin
Damn it, that would have
pops
been
up
really
into the
funny
deep.
though.
It would have been really funny.
Oh. Okay,
Um,
I'll ask.
but yeah, he basically asked you. He would like to hire you as a scavenger, I guess. Ask your dolphin friends to bring him scraps of Atlantean stuff for him to forge, and he will pay well for it.
Sure, no problem. I see no consequences of this. Let's do it.
Standard
and-
reasonable deal.
I have something in mind for you that won't require the use of your hands.
Yes.
Let me draw up
Hold
some
you right
plans. That will be my first order of business. That will be your first payment.
Yes. I'm gonna have a thing. My very own thing. Mine, and then I'll really be human. I'll have property.
You already kind of do.
I think, yeah, I mean, usually you don't wear clothes. This is
You've
Just
got
armor.
armor bolted onto your flesh.
that's why I have clothes now.
Probably only protecting. Yeah. Anyway, let's cut back to Sowan.
Right?
Yes.
What? So after all the fiddle faddle at the
In trouble.
docks, what? Where are you going after that?
I think probably Solon is going to try to go to the what is it? The temple of Kanus.
Yeah.
And
Um,
you can tell he's clearly reticent to do this, but like what he has seen, none of the forces that he can contact
Mhm.
can make it make any sense to him.
Awesome. Yeah. And again, this temple is on another island. It's on the what island? It's on the
Hmm.
Oh, this is no, that's not that. That's dumb. Appropriate. Do you have an idea for what animal this island is?
I want one of the islands here to be called the Nautilus.
Yeah, that's actually
But-
perfect. That fits with what I wanted to do.
Okay, okay.
I think I was gonna say abalone, but Nautilus is great. I think that's perfect.
Now I gotta look up what an abalone is. Whoa. Ooh.
Yeah. Temple of
The raw meat of abalone.
yeah.
Ah.
Um, yeah, I had a friend who did diving off the coast in California that caught one, and they gave me the shell for an ashtray.
Oh.
Also illegal. But great. So I think it would be awesome if the temple is like a big like mother of pearl golden ratio kind of
Oh yeah, yeah.
deal that basically takes up like that entire island.
Oh man.
And it
Okay.
is like right down by the water.
Mhm.
And there's only the one bridge that goes to it. It doesn't like branch off to other ones.
Wow. So
Um,
like Solon has a long time to think of like I am deliberately taking steps towards
yeah, towards that
a
one
temple
thing.
to
Yep.
talk to a god. This never goes well.
Yeah. What scents and sounds do you get as you approach that tells you that you're in the right place?
I think it's a notion that like it is so isolated that all of the sounds of business and conversation kind of fall away, and you're just on this long bridge that is designed so that you can't hear your own footfalls.
Nice.
All you hear are the waves
Mhm.
crashing beside you.
Oh yeah, I think as
And
you approach it, like all of the bridges are like pontoon bridges.
yeah,
So there's some sea legs required. But I think as you approach it, it's not that the seas have calmed, but the bridge is steady. It's not like moving with the
yeah,
water.
yeah. And I think also the like visually what you see at that point is literally just like a symmetrical mother of pearl shape and
Mhm.
sea and sky. And maybe a tiny dot of an entrance as you're
Nice.
walking towards it.
Cool. And so you enter.
Mhm.
What are you looking for here?
Oh, that's a good question. I think he understands that that Circe is not dead but cursed. Or yeah, I think he's just really confused. Like, where is Circe between death and life? What sort of curse seems to be dragging her back and forth across the border, and causing her suffering? Like, I think he doesn't know what thread to even start on to unravel what's going on, and I think he told himself that's why he was trying to find people who knew her to see if there was some clue there, and it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Awesome. And was Circe were they like a devotee of the god Kanus?
I find it interesting if Circe wasn't,
Okay, cool, great,
and that's what makes it even weirder.
nice. Yeah, and so you
The
enter, and it's
sailor of the endless sea was probably a sobriquet that came later, came after
Nice.
whatever happened.
nice. Yeah, and so the chamber is like high ceiling, wide, and like gently curving around.
Yeah.
And there are a few people milling about. One who seems to be has the trappings of higher station. Their robes that have like little epaulets almost that are kind of like very thin sheets of mother of pearls, kind of like in a scale configuration, and they are. It looks like they're praying or doing some kind of devotional thing, and they are. There's a basin basically made of two shells, and they are like taking. They're filled with pearls, and they're like slowly taking one and putting it in the other, and kind of like saying some
rosary like
mantra or something. Yeah, just like moving them. There seems to be like 108 in there, and it takes them a moment to, or it takes them a few minutes to do that.
Yeah.
If you don't just wait for them to finish.
I think actually Solon tries to interrupt several times. Not willfully rude, but just between his usual level of imperiousness and really not knowing how things work in Ampex's territory.
Yeah, I think unless you like physically intervene, they just stay focused on their task. Are you like introducing yourself as you're doing that, or what
I think it's like he clears his throat once and then waits and then clears his throat louder and then starts to introduce himself, giving all sorts of puffery to his position as a great sorcerer, and it just kind of trails off because it's being met with being completely ignored.
Nice. Yeah, and they finish and then finish with some recitation.
Yeah.
And then turn to you. They have their they place their hands up their sleeves, and it's a person, probably shortish, 5'4"ish, and they also their head is kind of covered with the scales, and they just look up at you and say, Solon, who I assume studies the Atlantean arts.
And I think he's just gonna. I think he doesn't answer the question and instead says that he requires an audience with Kanus.
You require an audience with our god.
And I think he's just kind of like, yo, nailed it in one, said what I needed. Kind of props himself up on his heels a little bit. And yeah.
Well, I wish you luck.
Okay. And what would he do next?
You're welcome to stay here and commune.
Yeah, I think at that he's probably like, yes, communing. That sounds excellent. What are the? I don't really do this much. What are the steps for communing?
Oh, we have many rituals depending on the season, of course. Are you interested in becoming a devotee of Kados?
No. There, and how does he phrase this? I have, yeah. And I think this is honestly in world. I think Solon is having trouble finding the words for this, and finally, haltingly says, "I have seen a thing I don't understand."
Many of us have.
A dear friend of mine has been cursed to live upon the sea forever, always in some horribly transformed state, always suffering as far as I can tell. All I've known about it is that she has somehow wronged your god, and I shouldn't be here. And he says that and just kind of stares into space without moving.
And so you're here to beseech Kenos to remove their curse.
Doesn't feel like that's possible. Again, halting, like he's finding the words.
Gods
I-
are not. I don't know you
Hmm.
personally, nor by reputation.
I think
But-
there's like just like a little. Thank God.
But those who seek to harness chaos for their own purposes chaos is like the ocean or a fire or a storm. It is dangerous and will turn on you and destroy you easily, but can also be harnessed, as you well know.
I think he's having another moment of this is going better than I expected.
We hear the boat screaming in the distance.
A god is not a storm.
Can one beseech a god for just hints? Like a little thread of here's something about what happened. Like chaos, you can watch chaos. You can see it tear into the world. You can see it cast its forces and do its work. Gods are secretive to me.
Gods how I'd say this. Things tend to ruin. Left to its own devices, a building will crumble, a mountain will eventually become flattened, ocean will evaporate away. Everything becomes featureless and barren. This is the end result of chaos. Gods are.
And I think Solon is just like, yeah, this guy gets it. It's like it's supposed to be demeaning in some way. I think and Solon's just like, yo.
Gods are a force that rails against this chaos, forming things, and he like gestures at you.
I think Solon is confused for a second.
From the nothing. The world was created. Sky is the oceans, fish, the rocks, the shells, and us. Because a god decided that something was better than nothing.
I think Solon, you can just see he's kind of like wincing and like different from this guy gets it. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna no.
So, my question to you, student of the Atlantean arts, and like there's a little emphasis on student.
And I don't know if that really like I think that's another like, yeah, exactly. That's what I do. I think it's alternating between like unexpected friend and oh God, no, we've started talking about politics. Just stop. Sorry if the thunder is coming through on this. We have got a mighty
nice.
storm brewing outside, which is perfect for it.
So you who makes order from chaos, how do you compare yourself to a god?
I think Solon immediately is, God, he's like in a professorial mode. Oh, no. I don't make order from chaos. That is, as the writings of Don Lip tell us, that is clearly impossible. No, I merely chip away at what, or untense what it is that keeps the chaos at bay. And by deploying it properly, one hopes that it will achieve some end in spite of itself. But chaos is
As
its
I
own will.
said,
Right. And so, let's see. I'm sorry, you said you who make order from chaos?
yes,
Oh, which is a fine compliment, but again, clearly impossible.
you bend chaos to your will.
I, I think actually this is like ask a grad student about their research sort of thing. Of like, that is a fascinating point. Now there are different view. No, no. And the last question was, do you fancy yourself a god or something like that?
How do you compare yourself to a god?
Oh, okay. How do I compare myself to a god? Let's see. I think he's like saying words and he's like, these are the wrong things to say. But I think he's like, I think we can both be controlled by our own caprice, our own wills, our own emotions that are a chaos of their own. I think we can both be petty and small, cruel, kind at the wrong times and to the wrong measures. I think we can both be hurtful and spend eons trying to undo the hurts. I have a boat right now that's making itself comfortable in the harbor. That feels very godly in its way. Yeah, perhaps all gods are as that, leaving boats around to lounge awkwardly. I think he just kind of trails off. He's gotten like lost in his own thing.
I think you may be on the right path.
And I think he just sort of comes to and is like, wait, what in his head is like, what were we even talking? What was I saying? I said something right. Oh, so the curse may have been an emotional thing. Okay.
When one is cursed by a god, it requires a god to remove that curse.
Oh,
If it's removed by the god who produced it in the first place, that's a trivial thing.
oh,
But if another were to go against their will, as you said, petty and emotional, what separates a god from someone who can create things?
And I think he just kind of nods like he thinks it's a rhetorical question. What indeed?
Belief. There are those who posit that if one believes strong enough, then the thing they believe in may become a god.
There once was a man named Donaton. Placed himself aboard on top of a tower of skulls, and demanded of the city of Uravad that it pay him obeisance as a god.
Did they?
He got attacked by dead turkeys. I think he's dead now. I mean,
Seems like no one believed in him.
he believed in himself.
That's one. It takes more than that. I must attend to other duties here.
Oh, of course, I have to take a lot of
and reaches in, like, pulls his hand or pulls their hand out of their sleeve and gives you a triangular coin with a hole in the center
Oh,
that has writing similar to the writing on the statue.
oh,
So,
sure.
and
I think Solon is doing this classic. Thank you. I have no idea what this is. Thank you.
it's like places in your palm,
Yeah.
and says, "Find yourself some answers on Pelican Island."
Pelican Island. I think he like turns to ask another question, and maybe the guy's already, or the person is already off to the next.
Yeah, they're toddled off. Awesome. I think I'd like to wrap up with a scene with Hay, and if Urtu wants to be there as well, by the ocean, which you are surrounded by, so you shouldn't have to go too far. Did you want to talk to some dolphins about something?
Yeah, to tell them the job we have,
Cool. Like,
and then ask them what
if
they
you say
found out
so.
about this. I want to hear what they learned about the city.
Yeah. The ruins that we know of are a ways away, so it will take some time, but we will do this. This city was built atop another. This is Ephes talking.
Yeah.
The city it was built upon was home to some Atlanteans, and although it's clear from under the water, it's not clear that the city was not completely sunken when humans came to it.
So they might have still been here.
I've never seen one, so I wouldn't know.
Thank you.
If this is a city and not a ruin, you can plunder a ruin with little consequence, aside from the living statues that grind you to paste.
The ghosts and spirits,
yeah, those.
leviathans, and the frogfish.
Oh, the Leviathan is his own thing. I would urge caution. A living city is much more dangerous than a forgotten ruin.
Sure.
I'm sure you've heard stories, and we both know. And this is in Dolphin Talk, and I don't know if Urtu is there, but
I think Hayes like, we're always careful.
kind of
and we did fine last time. There was like a big old statue.
Kind of goes,
but in Dolphin
over
Talk.
to Urtu. It's like, you know that we know how dangerous
we're team caution.
Humans can be. I think they are children compared to what the Atlanteans were.
Mm.
You are, I suppose. Be careful.
Yeah, we're always careful. You're not my real mom.
Mom, I'm gonna go get some treasure for you. Bye.
Bye.
I think when it's apparent that the conversation's over, Urtu tries to be polite. It's like,
That's
Good.
racist.
Oh,
They're getting better at it. Don't listen to them.
The fuck did you say to me?
no.
They said hello.
Yeah. you relate this to Urtu, or is this a secret?
Yeah. Well, sort of. I tell Urtu like that it's exciting that this is the case. I don't say we should be careful that this is the case. I'm like, this is a living Atlantean city. There might even be Atlanteans around. We should find one.
I don't know. Last time we were underwater, it did not go well.
But this one's still above water. It's gonna be so much easier than last time.
All right, well, I'm up for that as long as I don't have to
Team caution.
hold my breath.
Yeah.
So Atlantean City is above water. You don't have to hold your breath there.
I don't know. Maybe it's like slightly below. We'll get some equipment next time. Or magic. I don't know. We did it wrong last time.
Yeah, magic works great.
So on patch reality again.
Yeah. No
Cool.
consequences.
I think that's a good place to end.
Yeah.
We got some hooks there.
Another feet in the water sunset.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Blackout.
The camera pulls out to the statue, and one of the remaining imp is on its head.
And the boat's just like making its way around the harbor.
And
feel like
the statue is revealed to have Donatoff's face, and we have like the lost horn glissandos.
Oh.
Sorry, please go on.
I think
Cool.
Nick is the one who's usually tired by this time. For some reason, I'm flagging tonight. I'm like,
On
It's
Eastern time. It's so,
yeah.
so tired.
this
Welcome
is
to
super
the
early
night
for
world.
me.
I don't know how you do it, Peter.
4 a.m. afternoon, living the dream.
Cool. Let's do some stars and wishes. We'll start with Heath.
No real wishes game side aside from yeah, one of those nights where I felt like my brain wasn't working, where I was just like, what's happening? Oh, I'm tired. But still fun. Yeah, and like it just stars for prodding us along when we were stuck. So there's just times I was like, I don't know, what do we want to do? Yeah, just so you know, the usual. It's fun watching. It's fun having different scenes, you know, like being part of a scene and like be able to sit back and watch for a while Peter has his conversation. And, like, so you get to almost have the fun of a viewer and a player at the same time.
Nice. And no wishes?
No, I don't think so. Not that. Nothing comes to mind.
Cool. Sweet. Thank you. Peter.
Let's see. Stars for I'm also team brain fog. Yeah. Still rallying a bit from post travel, but I think I loved having just the slow pensive conversation at the end of the session, both because it's nice to kind of dig into Solon's weirdness with respect to the gods, and also Shape of Show, kind of like, oh yeah, we've had a lot of just insane combat, and now we're kind of taking a breath. I love having a new city that we like and we're afraid of, like that they won't think we're cool. It's the kind of vibe. I think generally I love how every city has had its own sort of feeling to it. Like we just hate him, or Avad kind of hates us, and Natra is like, okay, maybe this will be all right.
I got bad news.
Fair. And I also starve for, and I guess a wish for exploring more of Natra. I love having all of these islands we can check out and build. And starve for powering the boat with chaos, working out. I'm loving the consequences that we are sure to hit from that. And yeah, and I always have fun getting a chance to explore more of how the chaos magic works for this character. for some reason, that's when I get into a really visual mode with it. It's like, oh, okay, here's what's happening in the movie in my head.
Nice.
I think that's it. Yeah. I guess another wish, I'd like to rejoin the rest of the party.
Yeah.
As I ponder what's been laid down at the Temple of Caduce.
I wasn't even aware you hadn't come with us until you had your own scene. I was like, oh, he wasn't with us? Oh, I thought we were all together.
Oh, and looking forward to Ben getting back.
Yeah, me
Trying to
too.
kill us all.
Yeah, Ben's gonna have a good time here. Cool, thanks, Nick.
Yeah, similarly, I really love the shape of the show. Like after such a combat heavy scene, to have some more world building, some more relationship building. Really like Natra, and I do want to explore more of it. Yeah, and just as far as like Hayes' story, like I really liked getting to play that assert dominance move. I've been wanting to do it. I really appreciate you like bringing that in. I was kind of at a loss for what to do, and you're like, do this, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Especially in that push pull between wild and tame, of like, well, they were vicious, so now I'm going to be really vicious, and I'm excited to see what the consequences are of that. Really liked meeting the Leviathan. That was like a very Ghibli moment of like, this thing is so much bigger than us, and so, like is immortal apparently, and we just like came and brushed up against it and then kept going. But that like feeling of this game is very neat, that there's like really old things, or really like beyond, like weird science things that are beyond, and we can't really actually comprehend them, but we kind of brush up against them. Yeah, and then I'm excited to see what Ampix has been up to, and then what they try to do now that they're tasked with killing us. And yeah, I want to get the group back together and do some shit.
Who else
That's
totally
me.
forgot about their XP questions?
Oh damn!
yeah,
every
me.
time.
Yeah,
Oh
totally
no!
did.
I was looking at them for a bit, and then I was like, "Well, I did what I could."
Yeah, I did the same thing. Where
XP
it's like,
here.
they are there, and I'm not doing them.
I'm usually good about looking at them. I did not tonight. I mean, not that really any chances came up for me to use them, so I don't feel too big of a loss. But
Let's go through. Urtu, did you decide who lived and died?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're the one who
Constantly
summoned the Leviathan.
I do. Yeah, I think because we were
You
about
did
to
kill the dolphins.
We were about to fight them dolphins, and I said no, we will not fight the dolphins.
Cool, that's one. Did the consequences of your actions catch up to you?
I don't feel like they did. I can't remember any places where they did.
And you definitely defended your friends against the world forces.
Hey, well, all right then. Look at that.
2 XP.
Right.
There you go.
I think we've got solid characters now. Now we do these things.
Did chaos change you? So
I don't feel like there's a strong argument for that. I think maybe the interaction with the priests changed me, but chaos just kind of chaos.
Did you help others to see how old and strange the world is?
Yeah, is there a way I can get more than 1 point for a yes?
You get 5 points there.
And did you spite the laws of gods and mortals?
I would say so, both in what I've been doing and in all of the faux pas in the Kadu's temple.
For sure. So that's 2 for you.
A very strong 2.
And hey, did you help others see the heartbreaking beauty of the wilds?
I think I did with the like Leviathan scene.
Yeah.
Although I had.
Did the ways of wild animals seem unkind to you?
Yeah, Mickey dicks.
And did you struggle with the need for human companionship?
I don't know that I struggled. Like I feel like it was easier this time.
Cool. So that's 2 points across the board. Pretty good.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Pretty good for not remembering.
Yeah. Stars all across the board. Like it's such a generic star. I feel like I give all the time, but like everyone like playing their characters the way their characters are is really fun, and not like in a that's what my guy would do way. Like oh, you're just like following what they would normally do. That's great.
Oh my God.
Supporting the story.
Not you mean not any being a dick and excusing it by going, "Well, this is what my character would do."
Oh,
me.
I have a move that kills people, so I'm just gonna kill everyone I come across. That's what I do.
I'm not a dick. I'm a chaotic evil dude, and that's my character. He's a dick. Can't help it.
I mean, I would if I was the sword. I would just kill everything.
Oh, that would be so bad, so fast.
Maybe next
yeah.
game I'll be.
And I think it's the Heiberg thing. It's like it's not just like, oh, like what would that character do, but like what would only that character do.
Oh yeah.
All of you got that really good.
Can you tell me more about what you mean by the Heiberg thing?
That's just something he says is like a good character is like, oh, that's characters doing something that they would do, and a great character is doing something that only they would do.
Oh,
I've heard that with regards to dialogue. Good dialogue is something that character would say. Great dialogue is something that only that character would.
Yeah, I'm sure that's where he got it from.
Yeah.
But super good diffusing the whole dolphin situation with the help of a unknowable
elder god
thing. Yeah, basically an elder god. I think I pulled that image from somewhere. I can't think of where it is, but it's not a Lovecraft thing. It's something else, like a science fiction.
So the tripods.
Oh, it's from Illuminatus.
The pyramids.
Literally Leviathan there is a big pyramid with a eye in the top, which is where that comes from.
Cool.
Yes, but seeing that whole dolphin scene, using your move to get your dolphin army was super fun. A lot of good beseeching going on across the board. Love Solon's talk with the priest, who is, their faith may be in question.
Oh no.
And
that priest has changed now.
and getting all the like cool background stuff and monologues and stuff from Urtu was really fun too. Get to hear all that stuff. Yeah, it's super fun. Lots of good stuff across the board. Yeah, wishes to see what happens with the coin. Wishes to see what happens with the dolphins come back with some stuff. And there's still a couple consequences hanging that are going to be good.
That imp will be fine.
Yeah, imp. Yeah, just hanging out, doing imp stuff.
Yeah, kind of post-credit scene be what the imp is up to. Is that like a brothel?
Like you to join the imp collect. The imp initiative.
Abandoned Imps United.
Maybe he's on like an underground like Street Fighter.
Cool. That's all I got. Anything else?
No, thank you for guiding us. I felt like I wasn't sure what to do, and then it was really nice to have options.
Awesome. Well, goodbye, Internet. And thanks for watching.